So hi all. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, audible.
Audible. Okay. Hi all. Good evening. So today we are going to learn about ServiceNow. So today is the first class, like it's a demo class actually. We are going to see what all we are going to learn in this course, and complete ITSM we are going to learn from the scratch. Okay, administration, development, and an introduction to integrations, REST API methods, and the integrations I'll try to cover. This course takes around 2 months, 10 days, something, and Monday to Friday every day 1 hour class will be there, and we can extend it for 10-15 minutes for the clarifications. So coming to ServiceNow, it is a cloud based application. So many of us may have a question, what is this cloud based applications, and here and there we are listening this cloud word, right? So ServiceNow is also part of this cloud based applications. Nothing but you need not to download this application or install it on your virtual machines or PCs. You can directly access it on the web. Okay, you just have to create account on the ServiceNow and remember the credentials. And what is the use of ServiceNow? ServiceNow have like actually when it was introduced in the market in the year 2004, it came up as a ticketing tool. Okay, apart from that, we can also build so many robust applications, custom scoped applications. You can implement many of the development activities to meet the business needs for your clients. And coming to this service now, you can use it in almost all the sectors, like entertainment sector, like finance sector, like any automobile sector. It could be of anything, but service now makes the works very simple and a very effective tool, because here you can manage the services as well as you can also build a very good products for your end users or the clients. Okay, so this is a SaaS and PaaS based application. SaaS is nothing but a software as a service, PaaS nothing but a platform as a service. So what is this SaaS, what is a PaaS, what is a life cycle? And ServiceNow works on ITIL v4 framework, nothing but a version 4 framework. And what are this ITIL? ITIL stands for Information Technology Service Manage, sorry, Information Technology. uh, Hello. Hello, I lost the
Oh,
connection. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah. So ITL stands for Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Based on this, many of the methods that are working in service now are designed. Okay, what are these ITL configurations, how this ITL cycle runs, and what is a incident management here, what is a problem management here, what is a change management, what is a knowledge management, and what are catalogs, what are the types of catalog service now helps us to work on. So many things you can learn here full-fledgedly. And coming to this is a PDI. Whatever you see on the screen on the user interface, this is a PDI. PDI stands for Personal Developer Instance. This is a demo instance from ServiceNow. This is almost equal to our real-time instance. For example, you are getting a job into Wipro, so you'll have a account created and you will start working on the ServiceNow platform of Wipro. And what all the activities that you can perform on the Wipro instance, those all you can also do it on this PDI. This is almost 90% equal to the real time scenarios, sorry, the real time instance where you can perform the real time scenarios. Okay, and this demo is free of cost. You need not to pay anything for the demo instance. You can also call it as a PDI. Okay, this is a home page of ServiceNow. And if you see, this is the logo of ServiceNow, and ServiceNow have a version system. What is this version system? Why we have so much of importance given for the version system? So versions in service now. So we are currently in a Vancouver version, and the coming version is a Washington, which is going to release in the end of Feb or in the early of March. Okay, what is the use of these versions? If let this tab gets open, I'll just want to show you the versions. So as I told you, it was introduced in the year 2004, and we are started having a version names like summer, winter, spring, fall 2009, like that. And from 2012 they started having this country names like Aspirin, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Helsinki, Istanbul. So these are all the version names, and currently we are on this Vancouver version, which is nothing but a Q4 2023. What is this Q4? Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. A year is divided into 12 months. 3 months is called a quarter, right? So likewise, we are in this Q4 in the August 2023, the Vancouver was released, and this Washington is going to be released in the Q2 of 2024. Okay, so in this Q2 you can expect this Washington. And what happens with this version system? Okay, if you see, if we talk about Aspen, you will only see few features that were available or enabled on the ServiceNow space. But if you talk about the Vancouver, you can do many things, and many of the out of the box or off the shelf operations are available in ServiceNow, which we called it as OOTB. Out of the box is nothing but something that is already provided by ServiceNow, where you can just call them or customize them and use that particular functionality. Okay, so it is very easy to implement or customize the things on ServiceNow, and ServiceNow is a very user-friendly tool, and they have 80% of configurations supported. For example, they want to achieve the things with low code or no code. Okay, they don't want to have a 100 lines of script for a simple functionality. They just want to do it from the tool operations. If you are unable to achieve it, they ask you to do it with the script. 20% weightage is given for scripts, 80% weightage is given for tool operations, which are like configurations or settings that you do it on the instance. For example, if one of you have a issue with the internet, like what you do, you are using a Airtel service provider and you are unable to operate your Wi-Fi or connect your Wi-Fi to a system or a mobile. What you do? You just have to fix the issue. Guys, let's make it more interactive. You can ask me questions. So if you have a issue at your workspace or home, how you fix it? Unable to connect to Wi-Fi. So we all go and log a case. Guys like Naveen, Krishna, Radhika, Sai, Salim, Shivakumar, uh, Balaji. No one have options. If you have a issue, what you guys do, guys? Okay, we'll log a
We
case
can
or we
we
raise a
can chat.
request. Okay,
Yeah, we
so
can chat with customer care member, or otherwise we can
yes,
do
you
it
you can
issue.
log a case. Yes, someone
Yeah.
has come up with a good answer. Thank you. So you are going to chat with the customer executive, or you are going to call them, or you are going to send a mail to them, right? This is to log a case or to raise a ticket on your name that you are facing particular issue at this particular building, or you can provide your details, right? So that case will be taken up by one of the team, and they are going to fix the issue. Likewise, when we have some technical errors, for example, you are newly onboarded in a project, you don't know what all accesses you need, you don't have a ID card, you don't have a email to access certain client information, or you need certain additional softwares. Okay, so you have no clue on this part, and you cannot reach out to HR or your manager all the time. So how you can get this fixed? So how you get the access to the required applications or softwares? So to avoid all these technical errors, or to gain some access on particular things, we go and raise a request or log a cases. Okay, so using ServiceNow, in most of the companies, they fix this issues, whatever the technical errors they are facing. Okay, so ServiceNow plays a major role in ticketing system. When it was introduced in the market, the motto of this tool was to uh, do a very good job in providing the assistance to the clients or the end users. That is what ITSM stands for again, Information Technology Service Management. You are going to manage the services that you are going to provide to the end users. Is it clear? So apart from ticketing tool, we can do so much of development activity in ServiceNow that you can implement, design, plan, everything. You can do it with certain processes. Like for example, you have to build a catalog item. We have a different plan for it. If you want to go with a record producer, we have a different method for it. So how we actually do that, I'll tell you. So I'll just click here and open an incident form. A form to fill the details and raise a case. Okay, incident is nothing but whenever you have a issue and you want to fix it, the technical issue, what you do, you are going to create a case on your name. You have to select the user. So this is a form, this is an incident form again. And if you see here, we have a lookup icons. This lookup icons are called as a reference fields. The magnifying glass icon, you wherever you see, those are called a reference field. What this fields does, if you just click here, it takes you to the user table. So for example, here we have a Radhika, and Radhika's manager Navin. Navin is unable to access his particular software and he want to log a case. So Navin is unable to operate his system, then Radhika can raise a ticket for Navin. Or if the issue is with Radhika also, she can raise a request for herself. See, this particular field is taking you to the user table where you can see 625 users are available in the system. Okay, you can select any user here, and whatever your issue, under which category it falls. For example, it is into network category, and you can select the relevant options here like wireless. Okay, if it's a wireless issue, and you can just provide the information about the issue. Unable to connect to my Wi-Fi. Okay, so you can elaborate the details if you wish to put it on description, and here what type of method that you are choosing. You can also do it if it is from self portal, chat, email, phone, self service, or walk in or virtual agent. Okay, these are choice fields again. Okay, if you see here, category, subcategory, these two fields are dependency choice. For example, I select software here. I'll see the options that are related to software like email, operating system. If I change it to hardware, I see the options that are related to hardware on the subcategory. That means subcategory is dependent on category. And this form, you develop it. Once it is developed and once you start working on it, and if user have a issue, you are just fixing it, then that work is called as a administrative work or a support work. Okay, so we are going to focus on both the things, how we develop the things here and how we maintain the things here. Okay, so you can fill whatever the information you need. For example, the state of this request is new, then you can just click new. If it is in progress, for example, some team is already working on it, then the state will auto assign to in progress. And impact, that means how much you are impacted with this particular issue. If it's how urgent that it has to be fixed. This two fields sets a priority. Impact and urgency populates a priority. Okay, how this functionality is working again. And how do I have my own fields on this form? How do I configure them? How do I make the fields mandatory or read only? See, color and short description, these two fields have a star, and those are mandatory fields, and without filling these fields, you cannot submit the form. And coming to this assignment group, you have to select the group which is responsible in fixing the issue. Okay, and from that group we'll have a user who is going to work on this case and assist you in fixing the issue. So now I'm creating a ticket. So what is this INC? This is the unique numbering of for every table you will find a field called number which will be unique, and apart from that you will have a sys id. This is a system generated id which is a 32-bit hexadecimal value which is unique for each case, and for each field you'll also have a sys ids, and this sys ids helps you to find the unique values or to filter the unique information. Okay, so this is the form. If you just come here, you can see who has logged this case, what is the impact, what is the state of this incident, by whom it has been created, what is the priority, and if you see at what time it is created. If you want to have more information, you can also add more information. Okay, in this way you can log a case. But how do I check this on the table? Where do I store the information in ServiceNow? We store the information in ServiceNow on tables. So for incidents, we have a table. If you see unable to connect to my Wi-Fi, this is this case I have just logged, and it was 5 minutes ago. And by caller is able tutor, the priority is one critical. Why it is one critical? See, if I set the priority to one critical, a resolution SLA is created. What is this SLAs? SLAs are nothing but a service level agreements, a agreement that is created between you and the client, like your company and the client. And within that defined timelines, you have to fix the issue. Okay, how these calculations are done, how you can create a SLA, how you can create a form. For example, I'll just go to a new form from here. If you see, it will be auto incremented INC 001003, and I just want to refresh it. It is getting auto incremented, but this functionality I don't want it working as such. If someone saves the form, then only the number should be displayed. And if you see caller short description, and let me try to save this, it doesn't allow me. The following mandatory fields are not filled in short description and caller. It is telling these two fields are mandatory. You cannot fill the form without save the form without filling this information. So likewise, if you are working on any of your client requirement, and if your client sees that my state should be mandatory, how you create it? If you see the planning, it is read only. How I can make a field read only? That means I don't have a privilege to edit it, but I can read the information whatever that is there on this field. I can hide the fields on this form. I can create a new field. For example, on from the tool configurations, I'll show you how we can create a field, as well as make a field mandatory. Okay, for creation of a field, this is a header banner. Whatever you see, the gray space is a header banner. Just give a right click, go to configure, go to form layout. Okay, the form layout helps you to lay out your fields on the form. It is still loading actually. So here, what all the fields that are there or configured on the form you can see, and from here you can create a new field. Don't worry on this part, we'll be working on one of our class. And for example, I just want to create a password field here. Okay, and I just want to give it as type as string. Then I can just add it, and whenever you create a new field, it will be added at the edge of the list. You have to place it wherever you want. I just want to put it above the channel, and I'm just saving the form. So creation of field, it just took 2 minutes, right? So but what type of field service now supports, what happens here, how we can configure the things, everything in detail we are going to learn. See, a password field is created now, and I just want to make this field mandatory. How do I create it? Just give a right click, go to configure dictionary, and from here click on mandatory and update. So what I have done, I just clicked here on the field, go to configure dictionary. What is this configure dictionary? This dictionary tells you the details about this field. If you see here, it is on incident table, the type is string, the field means password, the system value is u underscore password. Why it is coming with u underscore password, I'll tell you, because this field we customized it. Okay, and if you see here, you'll have options, and these are all checkboxes. If you just click here on the mandatory, this field will be mandatory on the form. Okay, so using tool you can make this operations, but how do we achieve it from the script, and what type of script ServiceNow supports? So here we use most of the APIs, application programming interface. We have a different APIs that works on the server side and the client side. How to push the server data into client and how to call a server code in the client, everything we'll use using different APIs in ServiceNow. So what are those APIs, and a little information or little knowledge on the JavaScript is required here, like at least how you write if while all these conditions in JavaScript, and the basics are very important. For that I'll definitely provide you some URLs or the tutorials from where you can enhance your knowledge. Okay, uh, so if I just want to use a server side API, what are those APIs? If I want to use client side APIs, what are those APIs? And from where I can actually use this APIs, how these APIs are configured. So for example, I'll write a simple script from here, go to configure, go to client scripts. Okay, and as this form is working on client side, I'm going to write a simple client script, and using that, for example, someone here can unmute your mic and let me know what fields you want to make mandatory, read only, or hide it on the form, like Krishna, Kumar, Naveen, Radhika, someone. You can choose any of the fields. I'll make it mandatory, read only, and hide it on the form.
Make it configuration item hide.
Okay.
Oh, read.
Sorry.
Configuration item as a read one.
As read one means read only, yeah.
Oh, read only.
Okay. And select two more fields.
Service and assignment group.
What I have
Mandatory assignment group.
Okay.
Service as a
Service.
head.
Okay, fine. So if you participate like this, I'll also get more interest, guys, to teach. If everyone are silent, the class will be very boring. Okay. Okay. UI type is all. Go to form load. We have 4 types of client scripts. I'm going to write it on onload. That means whenever we load the form, it is going to apply. So here a function is auto created by system. This is a scripting editor which is provided by ServiceNow. You have to just write your script here. So we have a glide form. Glide form is nothing but a G underscore form. This is one of the API that works on your client side. And if you just give G underscore form, you can see all the methods that are supported in this particular API. And I just want to hide this configuration item. So set read only. And if you see here, this field tells you make this field read only if true, make the fields editable if false. Both read only and set read only are functional. And how you can define it? See, set read only, the field name, whatever the field that you want to hide, make it read only, you have to select that field name, and it should be in strings, and the value of that field. Okay, just coming to the configuration item, just select cmdb underscore ci. This is a backend name because whenever you are writing a scripts, you have to take the backend names. This is the label of this particular field. This is a system generated backend value. So for system generated backend value only, we will write the scripts. So I'm just writing cmdb underscore ci. And as I told you, it supports Boolean type. Boolean type is nothing but a true or false. When I set it to true, that field will be read only. Read only is nothing but how this priority it is. Okay. And G underscore form dot set mandatory. Okay, how I can make this field mandatory? You want to make it for service, right? So business underscore service is a backend name. Just I'm taking the same. Make sure no spaces. And here, whatever you told, I forgot. What is the other field? Assignment group. So set visible. Set visible is the other function or a method that you are going to use it for making a field either visible or to hide the field on the form. Assignment group. See, I just wrote 3 lines here. If you see here, okay. Set read only. Why that field is? Oh, I think we already implemented mandatory on the same field, right? That's the reason. Let me take it on description. Because I have some technical issue on this. See, yes, it is working because already I have implemented like making it mandatory from tool configuration, and if I want to make the field read only, because read only makes you read the information, but when it is mandatory you need to have some information, then only the system will allow you to submit the form. There is some conflict on this, that's the reason it is not taking. And coming to the configuration item, it is a field that have some issue, that's the reason I'm not taking it here. But see, for description it is working 100% fine. I have given description here. For business service, which is nothing but a service, it's a mandatory. And set visible is assignment group, that field is itself is not there on the form. Not only for this form, if you just go to incident table, and if you see here when I'm typing incident, I can see different modules supported. Just go to all. Okay, so whenever I create a new form, all this functionality will be enabled now. See, there is no assignment group, this field is mandatory, this field is read only. Using simple 3-line script, I have achieved these 3 things on the form. Likewise, you will be using so many APIs, so many other ways to implement scripting in ServiceNow. And as I told you, 80% of configurations you can achieve it from tool level. If you are unable to get it or achieve it from tool settings, then we recommend you going for a scripts. Okay, so for example, I'll also show you one more example. ServiceNow is accessible on mobile, on portal version, and on desktop version. So whatever I'm just creating is like I have taken the URL from here and just added this SP. SP stands for service portal. This is like a website of ServiceNow from where you can shop the services whatever you want. For example, I just want to log a case. The end users will have access to this portal only, and from here they will check. For example, can we help you if they want to reset a password, or if they want to raise a new request. See, this is nothing but a create an incident. After this, I'll go with 1-2 more examples. See, create an incident record to report and request assistance with an issue you are having. Request assistance with an issue you are having. An incident record will be created and managed through the successful resolution. You can also be notified of progress. That means whenever there is a updates on your case. I'm unable to open my MS Excel. So this is my issue and my urgency is high. And if you see here, to fix it on your own, we have articles. We have certain search results. These are nothing but a knowledge articles. And we'll have an author for these articles who wants you to help it on your own. You can troubleshoot the methods on your own. See, but still if I want to raise a case, I have raised the case. This is from where the end users actually request or log a case. If you see, this is the request number. This is from system admin. Who is system admin? System admin is nothing but the person who has logged into this PDI. Okay, while using this demo instance, we get it with a system administrator information. If you want to modify it or customize it, you can do it. And this is the urgency. And if you see here, we have options to resolve it if you want to resolve the case. But how do I check this information? You just take this information number and go to incident table. So incident table will hold all the information about your incidents. See, I already have this information, but I want to search it. I can just search it here and I can open this case and I can assign it to some other team. As we hide that assignment group, we directly have the users. So I'm just assigning to one of the users and saving this record. See, it is not allowing me to fill the form without filling this mandatory fields. So I just gave some service name and a password. And once once a user is assigned to this, if you see the state, it is auto move to in progress. And if you see here, if you want to get some information from the caller, you can just directly ping the caller from here. So I can just post something like this and this end user can track it. That is the advantage of logging a case and tracking it. So many of the issues are resolved in a most flexible and easier way for the end users using this ticketing system of ServiceNow, where all the incidents are managed in the incident management. And we have a problem management, likewise change management, likewise knowledge management, likewise. And whenever you want to request more than one item, how we go through it. Okay, see, now I have pasted something here. I can see what is happening. The user can track it, the user can get in touch. So we have a incident management classes for 1-2 days where you'll be learning all the important details like how you work on incident management. Okay, coming to the portal, this is the logo as I told you, and we have a portal here. For example, let's click on request something again, and I'm newly hired to a company. Now I have to request a laptop, request a ID card and all. See, we have a order guide. What is a order guide? We have, as I told you, catalogs are like a backbone of ServiceNow. We have three types of catalogs, which is catalog items, record producers, and order guides. So here in this example, we are going to see what is our order guide. This is out of the box provided by ServiceNow. That means something that is ServiceNow has given us. We didn't implement it or create it. Okay, if you see, the new hire package includes all the necessary tasks to enable your employee to to be productive on the day one, such as hardware provisioning, software accesses, account creation. Unless otherwise noted, all the new employees received a standard package details below. So here, if you see a email account creation, a Lenovo Carbon one laptop, one external monitor, and this MS Office suite, all this accesses, you get it in a go. You just have to raise one request, not multiple requests. And if you see here, these are the variables. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, I'm back. So here, if you see hiring manager, what group he belongs to, all this information, the user, for example, I'm a user here. So I just want to fill my information. So myself is able tutor, so I'm just filling it here. And this fields are mandatory again. So I can fill my information here. So if you see here, when I select, I can see two different options available. How this functionality is enabled, how we can achieve it. Okay, what type of mobile you want to order. All this information you can fill and just move to next step. And in the next step, you can see choose options. Like if you are looking for a MacBook Pro, if you are looking for a 27-inch monitor, a new email account creation, just click here and provide the email. For example, it's kavya@snow.com. And coming to Apple 13, I just want to order. I'll just and I can go with some mobile data, choose my own specifications. And these are all like if you want any corporate VPN, desk setup. So you can fill all this information and move to next step. And once you are in the next step, you can see what all you have ordered. For few of the products, they have again pricing. So recurring price and everything is also been calculated. How we can actually build them? Go to order now. Once you click on order now, you can just click on submit, and you will have options to fill the delivery instruction, any special instructions you want to provide. All this you can do it, and a request is created. What is this request actually? Just take this request number, and a request on your name is created. Now you can easily track what is happening, what is the status on this request. See for whom it is raised, when it is raised, all this information you get it. See, it is for system admin, it is opened on this time. The approval status is either requested, approved, or rejected. Using workflows, we populate this information. Workflow flow designers define the stages of your request, like what should be the next step, whether it is approved. You'll get all the details like when you are going to get or receive your welcome kit. If it is rejected, why it is rejected. So we have to set a different stages here. For example, whenever a request is created, a approval will be sent to his requester for manager, and whether it is approved from the manager or not, you can track it. If it is not approved, you can contact your manager and get it approved. If it is rejected, you can check with your manager. So likewise, you can define the steps using a workflow or flows designers, which are automated process, which are the major automated procedures that we follow from ITL framework. Okay, and coming to this, if you see RATMs are created. What are these RATMs? For the each product that we are going to work, you are going to see a requested item details. And if you just open this requested item details, you'll see a task created for the same. But unfortunately, we don't have any catalog task. But in real time, you'll also have a catalog task created, and you can see all this information again. Okay, you can track the things in this way. And for example, your manager wants you to provide updates on your request, what's happening. So you can just click on this watch list and add your manager. It is very easy for him to see what is happening on this case. If necessary, he'll also prioritize this task. Okay, so likewise, we can have many things working in ServiceNow in a very flexible and easier way. And coming to this, you have seen the backend of the form, like how it is working, but how it is created in the backend, you have to see it, right? Let me take you to that maintain items where all your catalogs are managed. See, SC underscore cat underscore item is a table where all the catalog items are mastered. So coming here, you just give a new hire. Let me remove all these conditions. This is a table, and you can pull out so much of information here. You can do so many things on this list views of any table. What is a table, how we create a table, how we manage the data in the table, how we delete it, how we delete the records and retrieve them. So likewise, we can learn many things. And see a new hire. Whatever you have seen here, user has submitted. Let me take you there again. So new hire, this is something we have used. See here, you have given the name, under what catalogs they belong to, what is a category it has to be displayed under. The short description is nothing but a new hire order guide. This is a short description, and this is whatever you have read, that is a description. Okay, this is a description. And coming here, if you want to add any icons or pictures, you can do it. And coming to the variables are nothing but hiring manager, what group is this person joining. So hiring manager, what group this person is joining, will this be a remote employee. So these are the variables. What are variables? What are variable sets? What are the rule bases? What are UI policies? What are the client scripts? For whom it is available, for whom it is not available. So all these things we are going to learn it in the class. Because since it's a demo, I cannot go in deep of this concept now, but the overview of it I just want to give you. And as a developers, we also have a privilege to see how it looks for the end users. See, this is how it is going to see. This is the back end of the view of that particular order guide, and this is like a portal view where users are going to use it. Okay, so here in this way we are going to learn everything, and this is out of the box given by ServiceNow. We are going to implement something as such. And for example, let's go to some table, like let's go to problem table. If you see, we have 24 records, and if you see, I just want to see the state of new requests, which are 4, and I just want to send this information to my manager. Since there are 4 records, I can easily manage it. I can copy this number and I can give it. But if I have more than 4,000 records or 10,000 records, how do I share that information with my manager? I cannot go and copy each record. I just have to download this particular Excel. How do I do it? So in ServiceNow, this is the list view where you can operate it and schedule a report. For example, every Monday, my manager want to see how many new cases are there. And for example, if we are having 1,000 cases, how do I put it on Excel or on any other file and share it? Instead of reworking on this, we have a schedule reports. When you schedule a report every Monday at 10 a.m., it will be sent to your manager, where you just have to apply the conditions. Okay, what are these conditions? How this we manage? See, you can see so much of data in this way. This is a Excel. You can see all the four problem cases information is provided. Okay, so in this way you can do many things in ServiceNow. Coming to the just a minute. Yeah, let me share my screen. So you may have a question. For every topic, I have a special notes from my end where it works as a quick reference for you. And most of the things that we discuss in a class are noted down here. You can just go through them. I don't want my students to write any running notes or something. That's the reason I came up with this plan. For every batch, I'll provide this notes along with the recording of that particular day. Okay, so for every topic, you'll have a notes from my end. And apart from this, we have a product documentation from ServiceNow where you can actually get more details about those concepts, whatever you are learning. Coming to the scripts, if you have any questions, for example, if you want to see what is a glide record, and if you have no idea what is a glide record, so you how do I teach? How do you get a notes from my end? Everything you can see it here. So just see here, we have just wrote a script here. In this way, what each line does in the script, everything will be discussing in our daily classes. Apart from that, you get a notes for every topic. Okay, so Monday to Friday we'll have classes, and it is for 2 months, 10 days or something. This is all about the ServiceNow course. If you guys have any questions, let me know.